Kicked out of country
Yeah,
now.
where are we? The cafe bar, Tip Top?
Piano, I think. Yeah, cafe bar piano.
Piano? Oh, I thought it said Tip Top.
Oh shit, I think it's both. I don't know.
We're somewhere in Zagreb.
At the train station, right?
Glavni Kolodvor.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you know.
There it is. Yeah, what he said.
What he said. Yeah, so how are you feeling living here?
I mean, it's great. Like this area, actually, I live like a 5-minute walk from here. Been here since March. But yeah, it's great. Obviously, with the Corona lockdown, a little bit different of experience than I expected, but it's great. And also, like Zagreb's a great position because in the country there's trains to go everywhere, so traveling is really easy. But yeah, I mean, you guys been here for what, 2 or 3 days? What do you think?
I've been here so many times in my life, so.
Do you think you can live here, or?
Yeah, this is where I want to live in the winter.
Yeah. You, Terry?
So
better than America?
Well, you know, nothing's better than America. But no, it's definitely a little shock when you see, like last night we were up at the square here, and there's people just packed on top of people, and it's kind of weird, you know, because we've been in lockdown for so long, and
it's a weird sight.
See, it's been like that the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, we were. I think just April and May lockdown, and then starting June 1st, we had like 0 cases as a country a couple days, and they opened it up, and since then, it's been going pretty strong. Yeah,
like to me, we never really went through the whole lockdown where I am. We just it was normal living the whole time, except for now they've made us at the end, like pretty recent. They just made us start wearing masks.
That's weird.
So it's weird,
I feel like nothing's like consistent. Like it's always just kind of random policies. Like, we'll do this. You have to have a mask here, not here. Like. I don't know. So.
Yeah, how do you find it? Pretty easy to get around?
Yeah, I mean, like transportation-wise, yeah.
It's
like
the best.
they got the tram, they've got the buses, and then they have like the bigger trains,
like
the tracks.
Like I was telling him, I was like, because he wanted to rent a car in Zagreb, I'm like, there's no point.
And parking.
No, just to leave.
Yeah, but at the beginning, before you came, you were gonna rent it.
No, parking and parking's a nightmare in Zagreb. It's expensive, even if you can find one. It's crazy. So yeah, I never even thought about getting a car here. So yeah.
What made y'all Americans come down here?
Well, it was one of the few choices I had to go. I could have went to Caribbean, but that's all played out down there. I've been there lots of times. So I've never been here, so
and it's
so far, I mean, my first impression is it's old.
Over there. I'll get a. Do you have Ojuska?
Ojuska.
Yeah, some good.
No. Americano. Okay.
Got you.
He's
like at the party. He's like 3 beers.
Let's party. And then he looks at you guys pussies.
I know. He was upset. He goes. I said, yeah, I can have a coffee.
Yeah, well, what made you come to Croatia?
A couple reasons.
You can speak fucking Croatian pretty well.
Well, yeah, I started learning it, like in general, I think a year and a half I've been like studying it, but yeah, I graduated university last year in 2019, and I grew up and lived in the same city my whole life in the United States, in Durham, North Carolina, which I love it there, but obviously, you know, a part of me wanted to go out and live in another place for an extended period of time. So yeah, I mean, choosing Croatia, a couple reasons. I've been here before, obviously I loved it. I've got some like distant family still living here. And so yeah, there's a couple things drawing me here.
A little heritage.
Yeah. My great grandfather was Croatian, but luckily my last name is still Croatian, so I have family. And then yeah, I was lucky to find a job here in Zagreb, so I've been here for close to a year now.
So when did you start doing a YouTube thing here? Was it before you moved?
No, I've actually always done video kind of editing, or at least for like 3 or 4 years. I kind of mingled in a lot of different things, but no, like as far as YouTube goes, I just started it in August, I believe. Yeah, August, maybe end of July, and yeah, I found your videos pretty soon because I typed in like Croatia vlog or something. A couple of yours popped up. It's really cool.
I'm a little bit different. He's a little bit more professional than me.
I call him the no filter YouTuber.
But it's pretty crazy that like I probably grew up with more of a Croatian childhood than you.
Yeah, 100%.
But you are already more Croatian than me. Learning the language is tough.
Well, that's the biggest barrier. But it's like if you know you're gonna go someplace, like that's one of the first things you should do.
You should respect it.
Yeah, it's like because it's a sign of respect, 100%. Like when you meet someone, like for instance, my vlogs are mostly like going to like places where actually people don't speak English, like the small villages and stuff. So it's like, but I like it better that way because like it forces. Obviously, there's some like awkward situations we don't know like, who's saying what. But it's the perfect key if you're trying to like get to know more about a place and be accepted at a place. Language, 100%.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like we took a couple. We took a damn tram. We took a couple Ubers, and we were coming back from this place called from the what's the lake?
Yadu, the lake.
And it's Lake City. The club was called, which is the word. Don't go to Lake City. I swear to God.
This video is not sponsored. It's not sponsored by their competition.
Throw rocks through the window. No, but so we're there and we get an Uber back from this old. I assume he's a war vet because he said he was. I mean, he wouldn't lie. That he's in the tank. He's like, he said he was in the tank with his partner. And his buddies, I guess they're really good friends. And he said that he was shooting Serbs, I guess they were, probably. And his buddy got shot in his head, and all his brains were laying on his ass. He kept saying all his buddy's brains were on his ass, and I'm like, do you ever hear a lot of these kind of stories?
Yeah,
or do they still, like where I'm from, they kind of pipe down on the talk?
Well, no, I think so. I've actually talked to a lot of people across like different generations, and like obviously it just depends on like where they're from. But I think in general, it depends. If there's like an election year, for example, they like that rhetoric. The politicians because like fires people up, whatever. But everyone, I mean, like you said, like during the 90s, like there was a whole generation that lived, or multiple generations lived through this war, and it was like like terrible things happened to a lot of people, and so like a lot of terrible things. But today I think it's kind of weird because they're trying to find the balance of remembering it, but then also kind of moving on to progress.
They got to respect their past and don't forget it because the same shit could happen again.
Yeah,
if you don't respect your past.
I mean, the place I actually went this weekend near Tun in Croatia. It was actually a divided. It was Serbs and Croatians living there, and so like places like that, the war was terrible. I mean, when there was like a big a lot of diversity, then like neighbors turned against neighbors, and then people got like kicked out, and
like Karlovac was killed.
So it's it's a lot of places.
Dubrovnik was terrible. And they didn't care about how they didn't care. So they had to rebuild everything. And this guy he's a vet. What do you think about all that?
I think it's interesting. I really do. It's hard to believe it's only been 20 years.
Yeah.
Late night.
Kava?
Yeah. You didn't get anything?
Nah.
Thank you.
Izvolite. Mogu sam naplatiti.
Može.
To je
I have
29.
to pay now.
That's good, huh? Oh shit, where's my purse? Where's 29?
Koliko?
To je 29.
Yeah,
29.
29 kunas for
Thanks.
a half liter of beer and a coffee. Just Americano, not bad. Americano.
Less than $5 US.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay, most of the
It takes longer.
to upload.
Yeah, so it's like annoying. Like at 10 minutes, it's like, holy fuck, you gotta wait.
How long does it take?
What, to upload? No, it takes really fast.
How long for like a 10-minute video for you?
What, on YouTube? I just upload and I go to the beach or something and I come back and
Yeah, it takes me a lot. Like, I think because I have to put the subtitles in, I think that like makes it longer. But like for me, it takes like sometimes 2 hours.
Subtitles?
Yeah.
Because you're speaking.
That's crazy,
But it's like I'm trying to also transition because like the video I did yesterday, it was a lot of just me talking, and I'm like looking forward to that because like subtitles take forever.
With YouTube and it's like living in Croatia, you almost got like the perfect backdrop because you can go anywhere.
Yeah,
and it's like
so many
possibilities. It's beautiful. Like look at I can just talk about old stories and everybody's just like look at the background and how he's talking. You know what I mean? This guy's in paradise talking about his old drug dealing days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but How do you feel about your first time vlogging or whatever?
It's a little weird.
It is,
Yeah?
dude.
But yeah, I got a lot of footage. I got to figure out. I don't know even know how to edit.
Yeah, well, neither do I, but I know how to edit enough to make a video, you know, and put music and all this. But I wish I could do the whole B-roll and all this. Yeah, it's still going.
Oh, it's still going. Oh shit! I think you paused it. My bad.
You started another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's one of the biggest things when I started my first vlog. Cause like, I don't know about you guys, like I watched a bunch before, and these people are so talented, like Bald and Bankrupt and the Harold guy, and it's like, I think like when you're watching it. No.
He's hilarious. He's a car junkie.
Yeah.
But he's in Thailand and he's from Atlanta.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What a combination.
Yeah, he's a videographer for some magazines like Motor Trend or something. I don't know.
See me, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he is. But I like this guy. I like a couple other guys that he doesn't like either. I don't know, Simon and all these guys.
I haven't seen Simon.
He's interesting.
And I like the guy from Vancouver sometimes because he used to bring his girl from Caddy, Lots LeBlanc, and Caddy, and but these guys, they're all in the same category as it's like. It's overproduced. It's not like raw, like Bald Bear.
Simon overproduced.
All of them do. I like guys like Harold and shit because these guys are like authentic and it's raw footage and it's like it's natural.
It's so natural.
Yeah.
I think that's something that you have, like that you are really good at. Like when you're talking in front of the camera, like you're just natural and like I said, no filter. Like I remember the first time I vlogged, it was the weirdest thing looking into a camera. I'd like kept redoing it. I'm like, what the, like how do I say something without, it's just because I'm watching these YouTubers and they're so good and like just like natural with it that like I think not until you actually try it, you realize like, wow, like this is something, it's
hard.
That's what Paul said. He goes, it was not natural. It was really weird.
Oh, it's really like I told you guys, my first, even now still, it's like especially my first couple times, I'd be like, someone see me, oh my god, put the camera away, you know, I'm embarrassed, you know, it's like.
And I think a lot of them, like I've seen, like I know some of Bald's first stuff, like he did voiceovers, I believe. So I think you kind of just transition and then kind of work your way up. And I think like also getting like more people watching yourself is more motivation. Like you can like, okay, now I can step out of my comfort zone.
Well, there's tips like some of my good videos have music in the background, so and YouTube will just blank it. Like so, it's like no volume, no, you can't hear you talk, nothing, right?
Yeah.
So I just left them like that because I didn't know for the longest time. So like a lot of my when I was getting like 400, 500 every video, and then all of a sudden I just got nothing. Or like now it like almost kills your whole momentum that you built up, and you kind of gotta start over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Music on YouTube is the worst.
Yeah, and it's the absolute worst. It's either like but now I learned how to do the voiceover, like especially when I have a shitty audio or I'm on a boat trip. Like I'm on a boat trip and I just talk over and put a little bit of music behind it, you know. And it's like it's a little bit weird to do voiceovers, but I mean, because it's like especially like a guy like me, like my whole thing is talking. Yeah. So it's like my talking, and it's like you can't just reenact and redo your whole scene again. 100%. So you're like, oh, especially like. I swam with it in the water without the case because I thought I was a fucking hero, you know what I mean? And I was like this, holding above, you know? And I have a waterproof case, but it's hard to hear.
Oh, you get a
And so at first, the first couple videos I did after that, it like beep for the whole video. And so I had to do voiceovers, and it was like, and like some of those were like, oh man, you feel like, every time, sometimes when you feel it, it's crazy. Sometimes when you feel like you made a good video, it's like the worst one. Like like my one video was my best one. Remember, we were talking about this. Is how to cut cocaine, how to sell cocaine. And for the first 4 months, 30 views, and now it's my highest 4,000 views. So it's like it's crazy to me how you never know when it'll go viral.
No one knows.
And it's like to me, I feel like. I feel like you never know when it's gonna go viral, and you just need that kind of luck. There's like when you get recommended videos on YouTube now from like years ago, all of a sudden, like I've never watched this stuff, and now I'm getting recommended, and it's not just me. It's like it goes in everybody. You read the comments, and they're like, did anybody just get this randomly recommended? and it's like you never know when that could be your turn.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that's why like everyone says like just keep putting out content, put it out content. You know, you just try to get, hopefully the algorithm will catch one of your videos and go from there.
Yeah, it's like the more likes is how you get into the you have to have traffic. So if you get more likes, it doesn't matter about views as much. The likes is what gets you, but it doesn't help you with the revenue at the same time. So it's like you need everything. YouTube made it so you need everything. Crazy. So what are we doing today? What's your plans today? Going to a cookout?
Yeah, so I think we're going to go to a cookout if you guys want to join. This is going to be at the Yarun Lake. This is going to be like a meetup with actually a couple other expats, maybe like 10 to 15 other expats living here in Zagreb.
And that's a huge scene here, this expat.
Yeah, there's a lot of expats. I mean, Zagreb's like a really livable city, like as you guys have seen, and like not too expensive. I don't think I think it has like people have this imagination of Croatia being like dirt cheap, which isn't really. I mean, it's definitely a little cheaper than America, but it's livable.
Well, we've been drinking in Jeličić Square, and it's like when you drink there, it's too expensive.
Yeah, it's about $3 or $4 a beer.
Yeah, well, it was what 50 kunas for 2 beers the other night. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. That sounds about right. So.
When I'm on Okrug Beach during the height of the season, I speak English. I can't speak Croatian, but I live there.
Yeah.
And they're like the one bar. It's called Chow Chow. Shit. Don't go to Chow Chow. Fuck that place. And they're like this. Oh, you owe me, because I'm like, can I get 2 kronas for me and this Croatian guy? And he's from the island, and he's like, oh, 80 kunas. I'm like, 80 kunas? It says 30 kunas for each one. I'm like, 60 kunas. He's like, no, that's tourist price. I'm like, the hell? I'm like, and that's wrong. You shouldn't screw over tourists.
Dude, that actually happened to me yesterday. I stopped at this random place on the street that was selling cheese. And luckily, so I approached them in Croatian. I was like, are you selling cheese? And they're like, yeah, come in, test it out, try it. I tried it, and I was like, okay, I'll buy one. And like, how much? And the guy's like, oh yeah, so for like locals, it's 70 kunas, and then like we charge foreigners 100 though. But surprisingly, he actually thought I was Croatian, so I paid the 70, and then right afterwards, I was like, by the way, like I am down at which means foreigner. I was like, I'm from America. He thought it was the funniest thing. So yeah, I mean, everywhere you go, there's the tourist price, and the local price.
It's too funny here.
Yeah.
And that's it.